It's Ask the Judge time once again, and today Judge Courtney Arkeen joins us for one of our most popular segments. Glad that you are here today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we have some really interesting questions today.
We do.
Yeah, so let's jump right in. Here's a question from one of our viewers. My ex-wife has custody of our 4 children. The court says I get visitation rights, but she is not allowing me to see my kids. What can I do when the police will not enforce the court-ordered visitation?
Well, Erica, in this situation, they would need to file what's called a motion for enforcement with the court. It's to enforce the order. But before you do that, when he or she says they cannot see their children, in the order, it's going to tell you specifically where to go, what days, what time, and what place. You have to actually go to those places at the exact times and dates. Keep records of that so that you can show that you were actually there and the other parent did not show up. Once you get that proof, then you file a motion for enforcement with the court, asking the court to then either hold that person in contempt, put them in jail, on probation, fine them. There's all kinds of remedies you can seek. Get makeup time for visitation, that type of thing.
And for the kids' sake, let's work this out.
Let's get along.
Yeah. Second question. I was pulled over for a traffic stop. I disagreed with the officer that what I did was illegal. He did not give me a ticket, but told me that it was against city ordinance. I do not want to change my driving habits based on something one cop says. Is there any way I can find out what the city considers a violation of an ordinance without going to court if I get a ticket?
Yes, there is. The first place you would want to check would be the city's website and see if they have their ordinances posted there. If not, you can do an open records request to the city secretary. Now, it has to be in writing. Make that request, and then they should be able to provide you a particular ordinance. It's also very common for cities to adopt the transportation code, so it may be just a simple violation of the transportation code that they could look to.
Okay, and our last question. I own a rent house. The renter has not paid his rent and is a month late. His stuff is still in my house and I cannot get in touch with him. How long do I have to wait before I can clean out the house and rent it again if I cannot get in touch with him?
Well, first, you would have to give them what's called typically a 3-day notice. You give them a 3-day notice saying you want to evict them, unless you have a lease that calls for either a shorter or longer period of time. Once you give them that 3-day notice, if they do not vacate at that time, then you have to go to the JP court and file an eviction suit, or what's also called a forcible detainer suit. So then you're looking at more time.
Oh, boy.
Then once you get your judgment, then you go to the constable and they will assist you in getting the person moved out or the things moved out.
Oh, this could take some time, huh?
It could, and it's very strange because as the landlord, you own the home, but you can't get into it. But that's what you get when you use it for rental property. You have to go by the property code.
Okay, well, that's a wrap for us. Wish
we
could answer some more of your questions. Thank you so much, Judge Arkeen.
You're welcome.
But
Thank
if you have any questions for our Ask the Judge segment, send them to 12news@12newsnow.com.